Hello, cyclocross friends. It's Thursday, October 10th, 2019, and you are tuned in to episode 6 of the Voler Apparel CXT Check Power Rankings. Brought to you by Voler Premium Collections and Custom Apparel for Women and Men. US made and built with pride and purpose for your best ride. Available exclusively at voler.com. VOLER.com. Whether you're just ramping up for your season or looking to upgrade for those important championship races, you can't do any better than FMB tires, and the best place to grab them right now is at CXHAIRS.com. Use the code CXHEATCHECK at checkout for 20% off your order of the best tires around. Stock up for the season or grab some to age in your stone cellar along with your vintage Bordeaux bottles. Check out the wide selection of treads and casings and treat yourself today. CXisBoss.com. Code CXHEATCHECK. And now, on with the show. We are once again counting down the top 11 men and women elite cyclocrossers racing in North America, and we are starting with the men. And I apologize in advance, but this one is going to take a minute. In the 11th spot is Logan Owen, a guy who, to throw at you the understatement of the year, is no stranger to cyclocross. The guy won 10 straight national championships before leaving CX to race for a pro road world tour team. Of course he's no stranger. Now, what is strange for Mr. Digert Owen is this view. Look at this view. Sure, if this was the finish line, there'd be nobody behind him, but this is the start of FayetteCross on Saturday, and Logan is gridded in the last row. But he won't be there for long. Let's get the CXT Check clicker up on the screen and see how many riders he passes in the first minute. Cue the music. All right, we've already spent way too much time on number 11, but we would be remiss if we did not at least mention the CXT Check Sports Illustrated cover jinx. Will Logan Owen be the next cover boy? Seeing that Charm City and US Open regs are already closed for the UCI fields, the answer is most likely yes. At number 10, it's Toon Aerts. We know the Euros have all gone home, but you can't just drop completely off the charts after completely dominating the home team for 2 weeks. So Aerts survives for now. And speaking of surviving, but also falling hard, all the way from number 1 to number 9, it's the Cheats doppelganger, Ailey Iserby. And in the 8th spot is Spencer Petrov. Spence made our preseason Heat Check power rankings, but quickly dropped from sight as we hadn't seen him actually race until this weekend. A 6th place on Saturday and a 9th place on Sunday has Petrov back on the charts at number 8. In the 7th spot, it's the return of Dizzle. Drew Dizzle Dillman finished 8th on Saturday at FayetteCross and 7th on Sunday. Which brings us to number 6, and making his CX Heat Check debut is Grant Elwood. A 5th place finish in the FayetteCross opener and an 8th place in Sunday's Mudder puts Elwood on the charts at number 6. In the 5th spot, making a return to the power rankings is our second favorite Canadian bike racer, Michael Vandenham. To reiterate, we aren't positive about who is first, but it's crystal clear on MVDH being second. A 9th place in Saturday's speed race and a 5th place in the Mudder, mixed with a little bit of leftover juice from previous power rankings, nudges Vandenham into the 5th spot. And here we are at the top 4. And in the 4th spot, it's Lance Hayden. A 2nd place finish on Saturday and a 6th place on Sunday. After interrupting the cross season to race Road Worlds in Yorkshire, Hayden is continuing to show good form on the track and in the flow. Green in judgment, cold in blood, salad days indeed. In 3rd place, on the CXT Check power rankings, it's Gage Hecht. The return of the Bartman needed a few races to take effect, but it now seems to be paying dividends. A 4th place in FayetteCross's Saturday race and a 2nd step finish in Sunday's Mudfest put Hecht on the 3rd step of the CXT Check podium. And then there were 2, Kerry Werner and Curtis White. The head-to-head battle started in Roanoke, continued in Rochester, and heats up again at FayetteCross. Werner was able to get away on Saturday to take the win, while White took 3rd. On Sunday, they swapped spots, with White winning and Werner in 3rd. This all had Curtis up early, playing Monday morning quarterback and trying to figure out how the algorithm would respond. we now have the answer. As we've said before, the heat check is cumulative. What you've done recently holds more weight, but past performance is a factor too. White reached the pinnacle, standing atop the heat check power rankings in week 3. Werner, on the other hand, has never risen above 3rd. So this is a no-brainer, right? Not so fast, budding Fibonacci's. We also have to look at how these two fared against the Euros and last episode's rankings, which gave Werner the slight edge. So who is it going to be? Who reigns supreme in heat check land? Let's find out. In the second spot, on the Voler Apparel CXT Check Power Rankings, it is Curtis White, which means Kerry Werner is your new number 1. We can't wait to see how this plays out at the Kona Maxxis RV, as Werner now has a commanding lead in the Becky versus Kenny microcheck rankings. So there it is, your top 11 in the men's CXT Check Power Rankings. As you take a look at the top 11 and ponder how a scientifically validated algorithm can get it so wrong, we will move on to the women. And in the 11th spot, in the women's CXT Check Power Rankings, is Raylan Nuss. A 5th place in Saturday's FayetteCross race and a 10th place on Sunday puts Nuss on the board. Holding steady in 10th place is Courtney McFadden. A bye week for McFadden and another bye week coming up may mean bye-bye, but for now, she's in number 10. In the 9th spot is Becca Farringer. Another rider who opted out of the Arkansas trip will have her work cut out for her at Charm City to get back in the mix in the Becky versus Kenny microcheck. In 8th place, it's the return of Crystal Anthony. Racing in her new stomping grounds, Anthony finished 4th on Saturday at FayetteCross and 8th on Sunday to nail down 8th in the power rankings. In the 7th spot, it's the return of Sonny Gilbert. An early season crash had Gilbert on the men since week 1. She re-enters the power rankings on the strength of a 7th place finish on Saturday at FayetteCross and a 4th place finish on Sunday. In 6th spot, it's Ruby West, the first of our Canadians in the CXT Check. West finished 6th on Saturday in FayetteCross and 6th on Sunday, which makes it a no-brainer that she ended up 6th in the power rankings. And here we are at our top 5. In 5th spot is another Canadian. It's Jen Jackson. A 9th place on Saturday and a 5th place on Sunday moves Jackson up a few spots. However, it is being reported that the Hawaiian shirt that helped catapult Jackson into CXT Check notoriety may be out of commission, which is not going to do her any favors with the algorithm or with Bill Lumberg. Which brings us to number 4, and this one is a shocker. Number 1 last week, Katarina Nash ends up 8th on Saturday and 3rd on Sunday, which slides her down the rankings to number 4. Here we are at number 3, and on the 3rd step of the CXT Check podium, it's Frenchie, Carolyn Monty. A pair of 2nd places at FayetteCross has the Pactimo Colorado Proud racer shooting up the rankings from 6th last week to 3rd this week, which leaves us with 2 riders. And this one is going to be another no-win situation for the Heat Check Power Rankings, as Clara Honsinger and Magli Rochette each have vocal and fervent backers waiting to tear us limb by Heat Check limb. Honsinger has been on more podiums than anyone this year, including a 3rd place on Saturday and a win on Sunday at FayetteCross. Throw in a podium spot at the Iowa City World Cup and the Smiling Assassin's argument for a top step is rock solid. On the other hand, Magli Rochette has been a stone-cold killer all year. World Cup wins, C1 wins, C2 wins. Rochette can do no wrong. At least she couldn't until Sunday. An uncharacteristic 7th place in Fayetteville on Sunday practically brought the algorithm to a standstill. Was this hiccup enough of a drop for Honsinger to steal away the top step? Last week, Nash tried to rebrand the Heat Check with her own personal spin.
Check.
Will it now belong to Honsinger, or will Rochette grab it back?
Checkmate.
Rochette to H1, checkmate. Mags is back on top, with Honsinger right there, ready to pounce in 2nd. And there you have it. As you take another look at the top 11 women in the Voler Apparel CXT Check Power Rankings, I want to remind you that this week's episode is brought to you by CX's Boss. Use the code CXHeatCheck at checkout for 20% off your order of the best tires around. CX'sBoss.com. Let us know your thoughts by using the hashtag CXHeatCheck. Leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, and tell your cyclocross friends to do the same. Also, hit us up at feedback@CXHAIRS.com with your questions and comments. Until next time, I'm Bill Scheiken for CXHAIRS and the Wide Angle Podium Network. Talk to you soon, cyclocross friends.